Hello everyone, day 17 of the challenge. Let's quickly get started. Definitely gonna defend with 10 jack suited. Here facing open jam with no information, ace jack suited is probably a fold. Here we're gonna bet out. Here with ace jack suited, we're just gonna 3-bet. Offsuit, I mean. Standard 30% bet. It's very hard for him to continue unless he have like ace queen, king queen, which might be the case. He could have the flush draw too. Definitely a bad turn for us. Not gonna barrel this. When he lead out here, he has to have a king queen at minimum. A lot of time he'll have a flush or something even better. Here we're just gonna see bet for 30% the pot with the gut shot straight draw to the nuts. Turn a jack. I'm just gonna check behind here. Don't really see a reason to barrel here. We beat tens now, and we're still losing to ace. I guess a play like this, when he lead out like this, we're just gonna fold because he's just gonna have a lot of ace here. Don't see him having any kind of 10 when he bet out like this, so we're just gonna fold. Here flop top pair, 3 spades. We actually gonna bet this. It's almost never gonna fold this if he has any kind of spades. The spades get there. Just have to check it to him. Pocket fours here is you can fold it against a good regular dealer button open, but this guy is very loose, so we're just gonna call and then see a flop, hoping we can flop a set. He doesn't really fold to see 3-bets that often, so we're just gonna see how the flop. Ace ace fine, not the worst flop for pocket fours. We're gonna call this one bet, and then if he bets again, we're probably folding. Here we got 3-betted by this guy who seems like a pretty tight player, but not much info. 7-8 suited is okay to defend. It's okay to fold as well. Over here, we're probably just gonna defend. 5 middle pair. On ace high flop like this, we almost never have the best hand here, but we have a lot of potential. And then a potential to get our 2 pair or trips, or we can just try to outplay him on the turn if he has like pocket queens or something. And here we're just gonna see a flop 3-way with the suited jack 7. Here, if he has queens or kings, a lot of time he'll check the turn, and then we can just take it away. And then we turn the two pairs, so definitely gonna bet this pretty big, like 75% of pot. Here, this guy C bets. We have top pair, definitely can continue. Also have backdoor flush draw. So here, even if we miss and then he check it to us, we're gonna do the same thing because a lot of time he'll just have like a pocket king, queen, or jacks, and then we can also take down the pot like that, regardless we hit the pot or not. Here he bet the same amount on the flop. Not exactly sure what that means. He could have like pocket sixes or pocket eights, but with that bet, we're definitely calling. I'm just gonna check to him this time. I don't think he has much here, honestly. I just don't see him betting that little on the turn with a real hand. Uh, but I'm trying to think what he could be possibly bluffing with. Maybe pocket sixes, that's about it. I really want to just call and see what he has. I think we have the best hand here at more than half the time. Okay, he turned a 9. It's unfortunate. That's very weird of him to bet very little on the turn when he actually hit the 9. Didn't really make much sense. Just gonna call with 5s here. Here, flop like this, definitely gonna continue. That's a pretty bad turn. Now we don't beat any ace high. He bet pretty big, and he has $14 behind. He's almost never folding, so just gonna give it to him. Here with the suited ace, we flop top pair. Three bet by this really tight player against our under the gun range. It's very strong, so we're just gonna call with ace king instead of four betting. Three jacks. Just gonna check behind. Probably have ace king. Oh yeah, it's queen. Good for us. Um, Here four betting is an option. But he only has very little money, and I don't. If we four bet, we pretty much come into to call a shove, so we're just gonna fold here. Here. We're just gonna fold with ace 10 off here. With pocket threes here, just gonna raise. pretty good flop for us. I'm gonna bet pretty big here. Wrapping like sevens, eights, ace, something like that. I don't want to bet very little and then get check raise, because most likely we have the best hand there. Just gonna flat call with seven here against the under the gun open. Seems like a loose player, very bad player. Just gonna fold sevens here on three hard flop. Our hand doesn't really have any potential. With the backdoor flush draw, which is gonna see bet. We're just gonna fold deuces here. The reason why we folded was because the under the gun limper only held like $22, and I don't really want to raise and then it's like three betted limp raise or something like that. Pocket deuces isn't the greatest post flop hands. Here, with this draw heavy board, we're just gonna bet like pretty big here, like almost pot, more than pot. Um, 10 jack gets there, but we block 10 jack, so we're just gonna check it to him. Hopefully he has a flush draw and then try to bluff this. He doesn't. He actually has ace queen. He limps ace queen pre-flop. What the hell? Crazy guy. Here, you're just gonna 3-bet this guy, because we haven't 3-bet much this session. Do a c-bet 30% of the time. 30% of the flop. Here we have a gacha straight draw. Definitely gonna c-bet this. He called the turn. That could means that he have like maybe pocket nines, pocket eights, something like that. I think if we bet another good sizing, it's gonna most likely fold. Let's try that. And if it's called, we have the spade to hit anyways. Here with Jack tens. Against Thai players' range, King Jack offsuit just doesn't play that well. Seems that's a lot of regular today. It's basically seeing all the regulars, but it's fine. Regulating this level is not the greatest. Very good flop for pocket eights. I'm gonna see bet 30% the time, 30% the pot. He got raised. He could be doing this with absolutely air. So he could have 7-6. He could have some 4-5 and flop the straight. But he could also have like 7-5, 7-4, 6-5, 6-4 pair and the straight draw. So we're just gonna check call here. See what the turn brings. Here, pretty good flop for kings. Here he checked to us. We're gonna barrel pretty big here. Here we got check raised. Of course he could have a set here. But more often than not, he's gonna have like tens, jacks, queens. So we're just gonna call. Here we river a set. He could be most likely he has like jacks, tens, queens here. Ace doesn't seems like it scared him a little bit, but if he had a set, he could play this way as well. So we're just gonna check behind. Here, I'm just thinking if we should raise the river. I don't think he has a lot of nine in his range, so we're just gonna call. No, he does. Well, that sucks. Here we're just gonna check behind. Actually, gonna bet pretty big. Hopefully he has a queen or something and calls. I guess he was just making a play. Here, the guy was making a play as well, and then he turned top pair against us. It's very unlucky. This website is really slow. Here with ace king suited, definitely gonna 3-bet. So he check raised on the flop with 2 overs and a gut shot straight draw, and then turn the top pair. Bet the turn. Yeah, nothing we could do there. I think we both play pretty optimal, which is unfortunate that he got there, and then we have to hit our set on the river. So we almost never gonna put in on 9. Here with pocket 5s we can call. Here with the gacha straight draw, definitely gonna see bet. Jack makes it a straight. Just gonna check behind here. Just gonna fold this. Getting sucked out is just part of the game. You just have to get used to it. Get to a point where it doesn't really bother me, unless it happens like 10 straight time or something. Then it gets kind of get frustrated. But other than that, it's just part of the game. People always try to suck out on you. Here we got 3-betted. Ace-5 suited is okay to call. It's okay to 4-bet. Against this particular player, I'm leaning more towards calling because he doesn't 3-bets that often. This is actually a pretty good flop for our range. So whatever he does, we're gonna call and try to outplay him on the turn. Turn of 5. I'm just gonna bet here as we planned. We're only calling the flop to outplay him on the turn because this flop of 10-A-7 benefit our range way more. We're gonna barrel this river. Once he bet out, it's nothing we can do. He's never bluffing here. Probably he could have like jacks or something. Pretty good flop of pocket nice. Just gonna c-bet 30% of the time. 30% of pot. Pretty good turn to barrel. Don't 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 think he has that many aces in his range. Just gonna actually. He could have like an ace high flush on the flop, I guess. We're just gonna call and then fold the river. We're just gonna 3-bet with tens. A flush get there. A is never betting this river, so if it bets, we're just gonna fold. One over cards. Just gonna see bet. Uh, Pretty good turn to barrel. We're just gonna barrel this and then fold the river if he calls. Here, you can 3-bet. He's already 3-bet. This is like a poor, bad player. I was gonna call and then hoping that he's gonna call. But once he's 3-bet, I guess we can 4-bet. But that loses the purpose because we want this guy to get in. So it's gonna fold. Yeah, we're just gonna call and then try to set mine this guy. He pass dice again. Just gonna call with top pair and then fold to the river, possibly. Now we can fold because now we turn two pair. We're just gonna check it to him and hopefully he has like flush draw and then he bluff at it. He doesn't. Oh, he has king eight. Well, that's unlucky. Yeah, we're just gonna fold. Oh, definitely gonna call here and bring this guy in as well. I would never three bet here because I want this bad player to get in as well. He checked. We're just gonna check behind here with two top pair just to balance our range a little bit. Here with king jack suited, definitely gonna call and see a flop. Three betting is okay too. We're just gonna bet 75% of pot. This benefit our calling range more, and then we have a overcard and the backdoor flush draw, so we're just gonna call and try to outplay him if we don't hit our card. Here we're definitely gonna check raise him. With overs and flush draw. Gonna try to check raise and take it down. We don't get it. We're just gonna bet half the pot as a bluff. Here we're gonna three bet with jacks. I was thinking about flat calling, but um, decided to three bet this time. Flat calling is okay too. We got four betted. I don't really particularly like it, especially his he was under the gun. But due to his stack sizing, he only started the hand with like 38. So I think this is a jam, and then we just have to hope he has ace king. He could definitely have an over pocket pair here. Yeah, he has queens. It's unfortunate. But because of the stack sizing, like it's very hard for us to call. Here we're gonna three bet with ace jack. If he has like a full stack, like $60, $50, then we can definitely just call the four bet or fold to it. Either play will be fine. But because he only had like 30 something dollar to begin with, kind of just want to roll with it. Gonna bet out with top pair. And we got raised. What the hell is going on? This player's really tight. Just gonna give up here. The best we can hope for there is like some kind of combo draw. Here against this player, we're just gonna see a flop with jack nine suited. Turn a jack. Four hearts on board. Just gonna fold here with jack nine suited. Kinda suck. Ace jack suited against this guy, we're just gonna three bet for value. He doesn't really fold to that many three bets. Flop a gut shot straight draw. I'm just gonna check behind here. Once he check again, we're definitely gonna bet this. I'm guessing you have like ace queen here. Is it ever folding? I just don't see how he would fold ace queen here. It's better that we give up. Oh, he has pocket tens. Fuck. That's definitely a foldable. Because that player just doesn't seem like somebody who's gonna fold. I think even with pocket tens, we bet like 80% in pie. It's still a good chance that he might call there, just because we check the flop and then he would never believe us. Here with the king king four board, we're just gonna see bet very light here. This is the same guy that had the pocket tens. This guy is very fairly loose. It's okay to call with king jack. Here we're gonna three bet for value. Gonna see bet really small here since he only has $18 left. We just have to call this. We're only losing to ace jack. He might have a queen jack too. Against a play like this, we just have to call and hoping he has queen jack. Jack 10 instead of ace jack. There's nothing we can do. Okay, of course he had two pair. When people suck out like that, it's nothing you can do. Um, that's what make the game profitable. You're just gonna get sucked out sometimes. It's nothing you can do. It doesn't make your play wrong. It's just that it's gonna happen sometimes. This guy never fold to any three bet. We're just gonna check behind here. Here with 10-9 offsuit, we can defend the blind. Just gonna check and give it to him. Here we're gonna bet. We're just gonna fold. Definitely gonna three bet this guy. This guy already three betted. I'm just gonna fold here. Gonna three bet with queen A suited here against this player. So I three bet with like random shit. When you see people folding to three bet like 80% of the time, more than 80% of the time, it's always profitable to just three bet them with anything. And then when they do this, you just fold. And then continuous three betting them with not with any two cards. It's still gonna be profitable long run. It's really loose player. Definitely calling. Which don't connect at all today. Can't even flop anything that's remotely close to what we have. One of those days. Just gonna fold here. Three bet here. We're gonna defend with 5-6 suited. I'm gonna bleed out here. Here, flop a gotcha straight draw and backdoor flush draw. Gonna bet here. So 6 makes us a nuts, and then we get there. Always nice. Gonna bet pretty big. Here with pocket sevens, it's okay to 3 bet. It's okay to call. Here we're just gonna call. We're gonna check it to him. I feel like he missed a flush draw. Hopefully he'll bluff at it. He does. 5, 6. I'm just gonna raise it. He probably has a queen, the way it played out. I was hoping he was just bluffing with the busted flush draw, so I guess he had a queen there. If he was able to call a river race. Here with ace king, definitely gonna 3 bet. Let's see what he had. Here, this guy. Just gonna see bet very little here. Oh, we got raised, mid raised. With the backdoor flush draw, 2 overs. Definitely not gonna fold to this bet. Turn it diamond. Here we're gonna see bet. Just gonna check here. Oh, he has queen there. Huh, interesting. With the way he played out. Surprised he didn't raise the flop. Didn't really make sense. Here flush gets there. Um, we have 2 pair. One of them definitely could have a flush, but we're still just gonna bet. Here he bet another half the pot. I think we're only good with the flush here. I guess he could have ace jack. I'm just gonna call in and see a river. We don't get there. He only in pocket seven, so very good of he played really well there. He definitely got max value. But that make our call not as bad because our overs were still good too. So we had aces and kings and then all the diamonds. Here we're just gonna see bet. It's kind of like one of the worst flop for king jack and queen. We're just gonna fold. So yeah, that he bet half the pot on turn, and then we still have overs and flush draw, which totally makes sense. Pot odds is about right. Oh, we turned the open-ended straight draw. Just gonna keep barreling. We're only beating queen nine, um, some jacks. I don't think queen nine would call another bet. Um, Here we're just gonna call with tens versus under the gun race. Just gonna check behind here. Oh, he had a straight. Good thing we didn't bet there. Just the way it goes. Okay, with pocket tens, definitely gonna continue here. Gonna check it to him again. It's a pretty bad river. Just gonna check it to him. If he bets, we probably folding here, just because of the run out. We're losing to we're only beating like king jack, king 10, something like that. This is a very scary river. Yeah, I think we're folding here. If it was like a non-ace on the river, it was easy call. But with the way it played out, it's very likely that he had an ace there. Call with 7-8 suited. I'm actually gonna bet this pretty big here. Find out where we are. We fought bottom pair with the Gasha straight draw. Also have a backdoor flush draw. Here we're just gonna 3-bet with ace 2 suited. Another king. I don't think we're beating anything here. Just gonna check. 50 cents definitely a call. Reverse an ace. Check it to him. I'm just gonna give it to him. I don't we don't beat anything here, and then on this board it's very unlikely he's bluffing. And if he's bluffing, he get there on the river. Here we can 4-bet. We're actually gonna 4-bet here. The c-bet really small here. Um, just gonna call fold with the sixes here. Definitely 3-betting with kings. Fabakasha straight draw. Just gonna check behind here actually. This guy cold call or 3-bet. That's kind of weird. Just gonna check again. Then reverse straight. Here we got 4-bet. I think we just jam here. He was just probably like re-squeezing. And then I don't want to just call the 4-bet because that will bring the big blind in as well. Here with 6-9 off suited. Just gonna fold here. Here we're just gonna check with pocket threes. Here against under the gun race, king queen suit is definitely a call. Especially after this guy, like a pretty loose player, loose aggressive player. Just gonna play in 3-way. Here we're gonna check with king queen here. He dunk bet almost a pot. Just gonna fold here. It's very difficult to be squeezed in between because we can call and then he'll raise us and then we will have to fold. Here we're just gonna continue. Heart gets there, unfortunately. And we just have to fold here. Out of position with no heart. Here's a perfect timing to do a squeeze race. This guy jammed. What the hell? He's flat calling jammed. But with ace and nine, we just no way we can vote. We can call here. He could be doing that with like any pocket pairs, but still crazy though. Like never do that. Never makes sense. You're risking so much money, and then when you're called, you're almost 100% guaranteed crushed. Turn 2 pair. We're gonna bet pretty big here with 2 flush draw out there. Just bet pretty much over the pot. He just give no fuck whatsoever, call very quickly. Could mean two things. He could have a flush draw, or he could have an ace. So here we're just gonna bet pot and pretending like we're just betting because we had the miss flush, and hopefully he calls with just an ace. I guess he just had a flush draw. Not the greatest flop for pocket fours. He's never really folding much here. He's never folding king jack, king 10, jack 10, or any kind of pair. So just gonna check behind. Just gonna check here. Pocket fives. Definitely gonna bet on the ace here. We got minimum raised. Not exactly sure what that means, but that doesn't seem like a bluff at all. So we're just gonna fold. Here, jack 10 suited. It's okay to 3-bet. We're probably just gonna call here. Flop and open. There's straight draw, but three spades out there, so that makes our hand not as valuable. We're just gonna fold. Ace 9 suited. Just gonna 3-bet here. Calling is fine too. Once we got 4-betted, just have to fold. If he's deeper, like he has $80 or something, we can consider calling and see a flop. Like when we're deeper. We're gonna call here. 3-betting is okay as well, but we're having 3-betting a little bit too much this session. That's why I feel like we're getting like a little bit of playback. But playback is always good. So when you have a real hand, people tend to make a mistake. Here he dunk bit. Definitely gonna call with sevens here. Gonna check behind. Check behind. Okay, he was just bet out randomly. Here we're gonna raise a little bit. This guy limps, but he seems like pretty tight. Even limping, he doesn't limp that much. Um, Gonna see that a little bit. We're only losing to ace jack here. He's almost never have a deuce. He could have ace deuce, but it's very unlikely. Here we're just gonna bet for value. quickly called. Ace doesn't really change much. Um, it only makes us chop the pot if he has like Queen Jack now. Just gonna check it to him. It's a surprise. I feel like he had to have a Jack there. I was fully expected to us to just chop there. He has pocket fours, raise and three bet and four bet, which fold deuces. Yeah, that's kind of weird. He should put. He should probably just fold the turn, and then it's pretty easy fold. It's not that hard. But he decided to continue. Queen 10 suited, we're gonna put in a 3 bet against this player. Ace deuce suited, definitely a call. This is the very first time this guy 4 bets, so we're just gonna give him credit for a hand and fold. Like that guy never 4 bets in the past 22 times, so the very first time he's just gonna give them in some credit. Here we're gonna bet like 75% pot, wrapping the sevens. We're pretty much the only one who can have a 7 here. And then possibly bet pretty big on a river, depending on how many of them called. We can just take it down there, always nice. Here we have two overs and a flush draw. Definitely gonna isolate this weaker player. Not exactly sure what this means, like raising so much. We're just gonna fold here. Blind versus blind, I just don't think people give you too much credit. I'm gonna call it the session here. Nice, turn 3 trips 5s. He check, he probably doesn't have much. Probably like pocket 7 or something, pocket jacks 10s, he could just fold. Here we have a gusha straight draw and the backdoor flush draw. Definitely worth calling it. Now we just have to fold. I'm just gonna call and see a flop with king 10 suited in position against this player. It's very loose. If we hit the right flop, can make a lot of money. Except that it's a wrong suit. Alright, I think we're down about like maybe 2 buy-ins today. Feels like. Yep, we're down about like $120. not bad, but not much going on really during the session. Hope you guys enjoy it, and hopefully tomorrow will be a better day.